What is good, y'all? This is the OG Bronc Nuts, 719 West, here for the pregame report for the Broncos and the Houston Texans this weekend. Now, as a Broncos fan, I'm going to keep it real. Houston Texans are a more talented football team than the Denver Broncos are, and they have a better roster up and down. They're much better put together, and I definitely think Houston's team is a factor in the NFL playoffs that are coming up here in a couple of months. That being said, everybody's heard the term any given Sunday. And that's exactly why they play the games in the NFL, because weird stuff happens in the NFL. The ball bounces funny. You get pass interference calls, challenge flags that don't get thrown that should have got thrown. Anything can happen, and that's why they play the games. And what I'm most excited is to be able to see a little bit more of our rookie quarterback, Drew Lock. Now, Bronco Maniacs, look, I know the season's been abysmal, but if you really think about how many close games we've been in, games that we definitely should have won, there's 3 or 4 of them out there that could have easily been W's that were L's. And you are what you are in the NFL, but there was a possibility for this team to already have 7 or 8 wins this year, but we don't. And I'm excited to see our new quarterback. And how I mean it could be worse is that we could be sitting here in a position where we're not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, but I think we all know that we're not a playoff team. Even if we would have won those 3 games, I think we're still not well put together enough. Plus, some injuries have plagued us a little bit. But we could be in a position where we didn't even get the chance to see Drew Lock this year. And so at least we're going to get to see our young rookie on the field. It certainly looked impressive last week. But, that was against the Chargers. Chargers are sorry. So I'm not going to put a whole lot in that game, but I think Locke made some good decisions. And a real humble kid, nice. When you watch him interviewed, I think this is going to be a good addition to our franchise. And I think we got something here in Locke. And we're just going to take it one day at a time. One game is all he's played, where we've got to see full first-team reps, full game speed. And we're certainly going to see that again this weekend in Houston. So tough task for Locke, having to go on the road to Houston and then right back-to-back go to Kansas City at Arrowhead, which will certainly be a tough place to play. Now, no quarterback in Broncos history as a rookie has ever gone 3-0 to start off their rookie career. Now, there's been a couple that have gone 2-0, one of them being John Elway, and Locke's going to have to position a chance to be able to put himself in a small category of quarterbacks that have played for our franchise. And that'll certainly make things interesting going to Kansas City. Both these two teams the next 2 weeks are superior teams right now to the Broncos. And they're having, some good, decent seasons. I think both these next 2 games, these 2 teams will be in the playoffs. But this is going to be a good test for our rookie quarterback because, it doesn't get any worse than having to go to Houston and play that playoff team and then go right back the next week and go to Kansas City and play that playoff team. So this is something that I wanted to see. These are the kind of experiences that Locke needs to have. He needs to be in some, 2-minute offenses before halftime. Maybe, try to sneak a come from behind victory somehow. And who knows what can happen. Kid gets hot. Cortland Sutton, they seem to be working well together. We get Noah Fant in the mix and turn the corner into being a professional. And the next thing you know, we're not really as far off as people have thought. I think a big relief for us has been Alexander Johnson. I think he's hurt this week and maybe 50-50 chance to play along with Miller. So defense is definitely going to be banged up. But I think when we get back to full strength with Chubb, Miller, and have Alexander Johnson there in the middle, I think that's something that we can build on. And then we've got to look for some linebacker help, maybe on the inside, corner help for sure, and probably add to our wide receiver room. And I think that the Broncos can do something in the next 3 to 4 years if we can string together a couple of good drafts back-to-back. We're not as far off as people think we are. Now, defending Deshaun Watson on Sunday is not going to be no walk in the park on a Sunday afternoon with a little white dog. This is going to be, Deshaun Watson's a heck of a player. And they got a couple of really good receivers over there and a decent running game. And I think that we can maybe move the ball against them. I don't think Houston's defense is definitely not as strong as their offense. They put together a lot of points. But at least defensively, we may be able to do some things against the Texans. And Locke can, maybe have some success in this game. All in all, what I'm really not looking for is WWW. I mean, obviously, as a fan, you always want to win. I want to see W's, but I'm more looking for Locke to show us that he belongs here. Just compete. He's got a big-time arm. He's done some exciting things, and I just want to see some more of that. I expect Locke and some of our other rookies to make some mistakes along the way. It's all a growing process. It happens to a lot of players. But as long as we're taking one foot and put it in front of the other, I think in a couple of years, the Broncos will be right back in the mix of hunting down that AFC West trophy like we have before, and all those AFC Championship trophies that we got in our trophy case that other teams don't. Don't count us out for too long. This is Yogi Bronknuts, 719 West Chiefs fans, Raiders fans. Don't think the Broncos are going to be terrible for the next 10 or 15 years. If you actually think that, you know nothing about football. I'm out. See you tomorrow, suckers.